Hey everybody, just getting set up. Let me see if I can get this going really fast. I hope you found the hi Margine. I hope you found the new practice sheets that I uploaded today. Sorry I didn't get a chance to do that. Hi Angela. So one of the things we're going to be using today is the bottom half of Afternoon Tea Marci from La La Land Crafts. If you want the full image, the link is on the file for you guys, so it'll take you directly there. And then also, and it's a digi stamp. You can get it in rubber if you want, but it's a digi stamp. I didn't get a chance to download and print, well, I didn't get a chance to print off, I should say. And let me see if I can get my other tablet going. That way I can show you. Hi Annie, hi Marina. But I have Angela, who's in here right now with us, Angela Uris. She actually has a digi stamp company as well called Angela Y Designs. And her digital stamps actually have some fantastic, hi Stephanie, some fantastic clothing images. The clothing on them is fantastic to practice with. I'm going to try and look that up right now. That way I can show you. I was going to show you guys in the Zoom meeting, but I assume today is Saturday, so I know everybody is probably crazy busy today, especially with Father's Day coming up and stuff. So let me get in here and get to Angela's store. And it's just Angela Y Designs, so everybody knows. Hopefully this will go a little faster for me today. Let's see. Angela, you're not coming up. Maybe if I sign in really fast. Then maybe it'll come in. Here we go. So here is Angela's store. Hopefully you guys can see this without too much glare. Hi Paula. So here are her digi stamps. The ones that I used for clothes that I uploaded today. Let me see if I can just search the store so I can find them a little bit faster. I used, the first one was this one here, was Beach Ball Babe, and she is fantastic because she has like a little, you know, one of those little see-through things that you pull through or put around your bathing suit. So that's really good to practice for like translucent clothing. And we'll get to that sometime in the near future probably. And then I also used, let's see, I also used this one here. She's cute. But with her little outfit, I thought the apron being pulled around and stuff like that would be great for, you know, that was my coloring, seriously. Wow, my coloring has changed. So, but this one I thought would be great for, you know, wrinkles with the little apron and stuff like that. So, I thought that would be good, and I got that one done today too. There'll be a few more that I will probably use, like this girl here. Her outfit is really good for jeans and for jeans and the wrinkles on her little shirt. So I think that would be really good for us to practice on as well. So if you want to go to her shop and for some reason my computer came off. What is going on here? So, but if you want to go to her shop and look at all of her digital stamps, take a look at the clothes, the hair, everything like that. Angela has told me that I can use everything for that. So if you want to go ahead and do that, then let me know and we can practice on her stuff as well. Okay, so my tablet went a little bit crazy. Here we go. Okay, so today what we're going to do is a lot of people now, I learned this from watching a video from Irina, and Irina gave me a little bit of extra help with it as well. And that's how to do the roses that I do on all the clothes. So we're going to do that today. We're also going to work on a little bit of pleating and stuff like that. So I'm going to just get one for right now. And for me, when I'm doing roses or flowers or anything like that on an image, I do the pleats and stuff last, especially if the dress is going to be white. So I have a piece of scratch paper here. And first I'm going to show you, I'm going to use my black pen and I'm going to show you exactly, Paula, yes, it's the roses, Sweet Pea. So first I'm going to just grab my black pen. Let me zoom in here a little bit. Here we go. Okay. So, and when I'm doing this, all it is commas. That's all it is. Seriously, you guys are going to kill me for this, but that's all it is. So what I do, I'm going to try and keep my hand out of the way here, is the first one is I just make a comma this way. Okay? And then I go from the center in and I go like this. Then after that, next one, I go on the outside and then I do another one on this side. And then I do this one and it'll go up a little bit over here. And then this one will go up a little bit over here. That's all it is. Seriously. And you can do them really big like that, or I do them really super small. And that's all it is. Seriously, super crazy, super easy. So it's just practicing commas. And when I very first started doing this, I actually would take a pencil and I would just, sorry, my dogs are gonna bark. There's nobody downstairs to tell them to be quiet because everybody's gone. I'm at home unsupervised. Imagine that. It's insane. I'm loving it. So, but what I would do is I would just use a pencil and I would put the flowers on wherever I wanted to, and then just very, very lightly, because you can just use your pencil, get them however you want, and then after you have them on there, just lightly erase to where you can see it, but it's not really noticeable after you color over the top of it. Okay? So, and you just put them around randomly. Sometimes I'll try to go in a pattern, sometimes I won't. I don't know. I just kind of get them in like a groove and just kind of do it. So doing it with color, that's a little different. So what I do blueprint time, everybody. So imagine that, me doing a blueprint. So what I'm going to do is, now I did 2 of these in different colors for a card. And I just did all of one color when I was doing both of them. I just did one color and then I did another color. Hey Teresa, how are you? So what we're going to do, keep my big old fat hands out of the way. So I'm just going to do teeny tiny, again just using the very, very tip of my marker, and I'm just doing it randomly. It doesn't matter if they touch, doesn't matter if it looks, you know, smushy. The first layer doesn't matter. You're just going into the motions. Teresa, since you just got here, I'll show you really fast. We're doing the roses. And so it's just comma, reverse comma, whatever you want to call it. And then one this way, and then one this way. And then we're just going to go up and out and down and out. Okay? So, and I've got the R81. And I'm just going to do them randomly on the dress. And I'll do this, try and do this as quickly as I can. But like I said, it doesn't matter if the first layer is really smushy, because it doesn't really come out until you start putting the darker color on there. And you always want to do like a little bit over here to the side, like it's going off to the side of the dress. That helps make it a little bit more real. And you can see that my roses are not even close at all to being perfect. Like, yeah, they're messy as all get out. Does not need to be perfect, really. Let's see. So Alexa, play Bach.
Shuffling songs by Johann Sebastian Bach on Amazon Music.
Sorry, he keeps my hand a little bit steady when I'm coloring. So I'm just going to go down, and you can, like I said, you can do them randomly, you can do them in a row, and it's just comma after comma after comma. And you kind of want to do off to the side a little bit so that it looks a little bit more real on the dress. And you can do them close, you can do them far away. As you can tell, as I come down, my roses are getting a little bit bigger because the dress is going to foofy out. Okay? So you want them smaller at the waistband, because when the material gathers, it looks like it's getting smaller. So, and you can be doing this with your pencil, practicing right now if you want. You can head right into the markers, or you can just sit and watch, whatever you want to do. So, see, I'm almost done. Now, as you can tell, that is not perfect. Not even close. I do not do them the same. That way, you know that I did it. You know that it's handmade, because it's always better when it's handmade, right? So you can always, like right here, I have some that I could fill in, and I can even put one like up here in the corner, going off a little bit. So sometimes I'll use the R83, sometimes I don't. It just really depends. Today I'm not going to use it. So I'm going to go straight to the R85. And this time, so with the R81, I went ahead and I did the rose. Okay, I did it really big there. And now with this, I'm going to go all the starting points that I had. I'm just going to do a tiny bit. We're just outlining it. It doesn't matter what side it comes from. You could do it all on the same side. You could do it completely different. Like I could have just done it like, let's see. So I could have gone, like I said, starting point there, starting point here, 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 and here. Okay? Doesn't have to be the same. Hi, Bonnie. It doesn't have to be the same. It doesn't have to be uniform. Roses don't all look exactly the same. They all look different, so it's okay. So now I'm going to go through and I'm going to do all of those little tiny starting points. Now when it's a smaller flower that you're doing, sometimes it looks like you're just covering the whole stinking thing with the darker color. And it might look like that, but don't worry, I have a way that we can bring that lighter pink right back in there when we are done with this part. So I'm just doing all the little tiny bits, or trying to. Sometimes I do cover the whole pink. But like I said, it's okay. We can bring that back in. So now it's just, like I said, it's just more and more commas. That's all it is. I know it looks fancy, it looks hard, but again, it's probably this, you know, for the long, I probably, I want to say it took me, hey Tina, and hi Esmeralda, it took me a good, I don't know, 15, 20 times before I actually trusted myself to do it without the pencil, of, you know, drawing it all out and doing like that, so I knew what to do before I just started doing it with markers only. So it takes a little bit of practice. And mine are not perfect, as you can tell. I will go ahead and y'all can watch the video by Irina too. It's on YouTube. And I can give you that link as well. Hers are much, much better than mine. And it's the same technique that she uses. Mine aren't perfect like hers. Mine are just sloppy because that's, well, honestly, I kind of like them sloppy. Because like I said, roses aren't perfect. They aren't the same. They don't look the same. And the more handmade something looks, to me, the better. But I'm a weirdo. I love a handmade gift more than I like a store-bought gift. Let's see, me too, happy I did the flowers. Yeah, I will put Irina's video up here for you guys. That way you can go and watch hers too if you want. Because she does something different with her leaves as well. I can't do her leaves. I mean, I probably could if I practiced, but so, and you can tell on these ones, like I said, these ones are a little bit bigger, so I'm pushing down on my marker a little bit more. Alexa, turn it down by 1, please. So now I'm going to go back in just a few spots because now that I look at it, I just want some tiny flowers in here to fill up some of these gaps that probably should have used a flower. So here we go. So now I'm going to move on to the leaves. So the leaves, I'm going to use G24 for the first color. Now mine, I just use the tip and go like that. Lulu, you need to stop, please. Sorry, guys. Irina does something where she kind of goes like this, where she like squiggles it out. So for me, it's just easier to just flick it out like that. Okay. So, but yeah, Irina, she kind of does some squiggly doogly doody thing that I can't do very well. Excuse me. So I'm going to go through with my G24 and put some leaves on these. And you can put as many leaves as you want or as little amount of leaves as you want. Sorry, I had to take a drink before I killed your guys' eardrums with a bunch of coughing mess. So sometimes I put 1 leaf, sometimes I put 2, sometimes I put 3. That is the wonderful thing about it being yours. You can do whatever you want. But mostly for the white part, I just kind of fill it up with some leaves. I try to make it to where the leaves don't touch. And it's nothing but flicking for me. The way that I do it is just flick, flick, flick. And I do push down a little bit when I'm at the base, and then as I pull up, I pull up so that it gets thinner like a leaf at the end. And there have been times where I've totally forgot to put leaves on, but you know what? That's the lovely thing, is you can go back and put leaves on later if you need to. That is the absolute wonderful part. Did everybody get to download their stuff? Hi, Christine. Hi, Pam. Did you guys get to download this image? Some of you on the Lala team might actually already have this image. So I think I got all of the G24 leaves. I thought your leaves, the way she did them, were great. Good job. Oh, thank you so much, Bonnie. So now I'm just going to go with my G28, and I'm just going to put a tiny, 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 tiny flick inside of the G24 to give that leaf a little bit of depth. Okay. And again, it's just, you know, one thing about these flowers with the leaves and everything like that, it's just patience. And it takes a little bit of time to get them done. And if I was taking a little bit slower of a time right now, this would look a lot better, more than likely. See, so here's one that I didn't get a leaf on. So I can just go back real fast and put some leaves on there. because you're bound to find some that you forgot, especially with so many flowers on here. Then after this part, we will be using a white gel pen, and that's actually how you bring the light pink back, is through the white gel pen. Plus it makes them look shiny and they look really nice when they're like that. So we're done with the G28. Now I have a G20, this isn't a G, this is a jelly. So I have a Jelly Roll 8 and I have a Jelly Roll 5. Most of the time, this image is a lot smaller. I actually blew this up so that you guys could really, really practice with this, okay? So this is a little bit bigger. So normally on the normal size image, I would use the 5. But because the image is a little bit bigger, the flowers are a little bit bigger, I'm going to use the 8. So warm this up a little bit. And now I'm just going to go over the dark bits of the flower. Just very, very slightly. I'm barely putting anything on there. Let me get the top part done and I'll raise it up so that you can see it a little bit. Okay, just about done. And you don't even have to get all the points either, okay? So let me make sure, stand up, make sure I'm getting this so that you can see it. So there is the top part of the flowers with the pen, okay? So now I'm gonna just go ahead and do the rest of it. And one thing, because remember we still have to do the pleats in this. So one thing you want to make sure of before you do the pleats with this jelly pen being on here is you want to make sure that this pen is dry. So that's why you want to either heat set it just slightly, not a lot, just slightly, because you don't want to ruin the image. That way you make sure that the white pen doesn't come off on your nibs. If it does come off on your nibs, just wipe your nib until it comes off and it'll be just fine. I know a lot of people are like, don't use this and don't use that because it'll wreck your nibs. And it can, if you don't get it off of there. But I replace my nibs so much that I don't really worry about it too much. So here we go. We're almost done, hopefully. But can you see how it all brings out the flower even more? And it doesn't, before you do the white part, it looks kind of dull and uninteresting. So you can see all of these ones, and then in the middle you can see that that one is just kind of dull and uninteresting without the white lines. So here we go. And if you guys can hear Alexa downstairs, because they turned up Alexa really loud down there, telling my kids to go outside and play and to get off their video games. Because my son used to say, well, I didn't hear anybody telling me to get off my video games. So now Alexa tells him loud and clear. And she says it twice just to annoy him. It's fantastic. Yes, I'm one of those crazy mothers. So just finishing up. And then we will get to the pleats part. So now that you guys have seen how much work these flowers are you sure you wanted to know how to do them? But I like it. I like doing these flowers because they're a great alternative if you're not exactly sure what to do with whatever clothing, a dress, a shirt, whatever. Plus it just makes it look fancy. And everyone thinks it's like this big, huge, hard thing to make the flowers when they're really quite simple to make once you get your commas and stuff down. So it's a super nice alternative to do the flowers. One more. Okay, so there is our flowered dress. Can you go over the jelly? Yes, you can. Just make sure that the jelly pen is dry, like dry. No doubts about it, dry. It has to be dry. So, yes, Tina, you need an Alexa. I have 2 Echo Dots, and they are absolutely wonderful. I have one in my office. That way, if I'm doing things, I can, because I'm one of those people that I really get into what I'm doing, and time flies. And the next thing I know, it said that it was noon, and now it's 10 o'clock at night, and I forgot to feed my kids. So, yeah, I love Alexa. She even tells me to feed my kids. She tells me everything. She is a very nice reminder. So just dry that off. Run my finger over, make sure nothing comes off. So that is now dry. So I'm going to go ahead and use my C1. And I'm going to start with bringing a little bit of shadow in from the sides. Not much. I might even grab my 2. We'll stay with the 1 for now. So I'm going to put a little crease right here because think about material when it's bunched up, especially on little girls, because Marci's only supposed to be, I think, 9 or 10 years old. But bring that in, and I usually just bring a long one in from the side here. So just bring it in. Just think of scrunched up material. So I'm going to actually make this a little darker, but only for your guys' benefit. I normally would not use these colors, but I want to make sure that you guys can see what intonation I'm doing. So after I do this on the sides, I'm actually bringing it all the way out a little bit. Not all the way across, but a little bit further than the center. And then this one isn't quite to the center. And then this one here, I just put kind of in the between those 2. And I'm going to put this down here will go all the way across. Because I just, like I said, I just think of, here, you know what? I have a better example. Let me grab my material really fast. Hang on. I have some material right here on the other side. Okay. I have tons of scraps here because I use this on my cards. So let's see. So think of her shirt, okay? This is crazy. Okay. So think of her shirt. Here's her shirt, okay? Make that a little bit smaller. So here's her shirt, and it's going to go around her sides here. So you know it's going to be scrunched up a little. Okay? So you just got to pretend like where would it be scrunchy at, you know, and think of the age of the person and stuff like that. But sometimes, you know, I'll either do this with the material, or I'll look on Pinterest or something like that to get an idea of what the material would look like. So you can even go across here, kind of like that, okay? So now if you look at a dress, it's going to come down the sides, and then every so often you're going to, here, I'm going to go across here, and then you want it, remember what I said about your marker going the direction that you want it to? So like for her pleats, you want the pleats to look like a dress. So they're not going to come straight down and they're not going to go straight up. You want it to curve so that it'll look like pleats, okay? So, and the top ones are only going to come down so far. And that's just going to show you where the rest of the pleats need to go. Plus, I really like, put a little one there. I really like Irina's, the way she does her stuff. Now, I had to get used to, like really used to how to do pleats because I always felt like I was doing them backwards. So when you have a dress like this one or something, and sometimes you have other ones, but the pleats, somebody will usually go like this, okay? So for me, I always thought this was the up point. Like this is where the dark part needed to go, and then I looked like it was completely backwards, okay? So the down part is actually the up part. So when you have a dress and you have the pleats, okay, if you look at it, let me see, not that part because that part was folded, but all of the up parts kind of go down a little further, a little bit, not much, but a little bit. So this is where it's gonna, this is the part, all of the lower valleys, when you're looking at it upside down, because as you know me, I go upside down, are going to be where the pleats are, okay? So if you do it right side up like this, the low hanging valleys are actually up, okay? The high valleys are going to be your shadows, okay? So on here, we have a low valley here. So this is going to be where one shadow is. And we have another low valley here. But I'm also going to put a little bit of shadow on that part. And sometimes I will put a little bit here, but not a whole heck of a lot. Okay? And I just kind of, it's kind of like a V, and I don't go up too far. And I'm doing this with a pen that's like way too dark to do it with, but I just want to make sure that you guys see where the valleys go. So then you kind of bring it up with your lighter markers. Make sure you keep that curvature in your, when you're shading. Go down like that, and then we're going to come around and we're going to go out a little bit. Go along the bottom because that will help shade it a little bit, or shape it, sorry. and we're just doing the curvature and bringing it up ever so slightly. And this really was too dark of a pen to do it with. So I will do it again on something that doesn't have any flowers. Because that is a mess. It's driving me insane. I'm OCD. Can't have that. So I'm going to bring this up when it's white. Just bring it up ever so slightly. Bring it up over here on the sides. I think it's easier to see right here too. Now I know some people do this a little bit differently, but this is, for the main part, this is how I do it. And this right here at the top is going to go a little bit opposite than this right here. See how it's not exactly the same? And then I'll have one here. And I'm still keeping with the curves. And this is a little bit messy because I'm doing it quickly. Because I don't want to bore you guys half to death. Y'all wake up later going, what? What happened? What did I miss? So then we'll put this across here, show you the top again. So for me, when I was learning how to color clothing and stuff like that, the big mystery to me was pretty much where to put the wrinkles, the pleats and everything like that. So that's where I really started looking online a lot to figure out what in God's green earth I was supposed to be doing. Because sometimes it's not always completely clear. Put a little bit right there. I don't want to use that one again. That was too dark. So, and then I'm going to use my C00, and I'm just going to bring that gray out just a little bit, because that'll kind of soften it up. And sometimes you don't even want to go to C00, because sometimes that'll be just like a little too much. But it'll at least get you where you're going. And it's just, I don't just do like a V shape and then pull. You can't even see what I just did. So I don't just do like a V shape and then pull it up from there. Some people do, I don't. The way I get my V shapes is I'm doing the curvy lines, okay? And then I'll just kind of fill it in and then go up like that. That way I know I'm getting that curvature and it's not just straight. So just go back to and just pull it out a little bit as you go. And see, the reason that I do my pleats after and not before is you can tell, because some people will try to draw their flowers or draw their patterns to where it looks like it's going to where it looks like it's curving. If you do your pleats and stuff afterwards, at least for me, because I know everybody's different, but at least for me, it actually looks like you are getting the shading, you are getting that curves with whatever pattern that you're putting onto your dress, your shirt, whatever it is that you are coloring. Okay, so, and you just pull it out, make it look white or whatever color, because you can also do this with the W's as well. Like I said, I just pull it out. Okay, so that's with a C. And you can even, like, if you start getting that icky, blotchy look, you can even do, this is C0, and this is just a little bit darker than the C000. But like I said, the C's don't really follow the blending rules because there isn't a huge difference between all of them. So sometimes going from one to the next is actually better than skipping the 2 or 3 numbers because they blend better when it's just the next one down. At least, again, just for me, in my personal experience. Okay, then when you're done with getting that the way you want it to look, you can always go back in with your C1 or whichever color you used and bring that shading really back in again. And then that'll kind of bring everything back out too. But your shading and stuff like that doesn't always have to be like super dramatic and dark. Sometimes even light shading works just as nice sometimes. So don't feel that you have to go back in with that darker color. If you like it soft the way that it was, then go ahead and leave it. If that's how you like it, just leave it. So there's the white dress with the C's. But like I said, you can also do it with W's, so I'll show you that real fast too. Where's another one? Let me grab another one real fast. So with the W's, I'm going to show you with the W3, and I'm just, remember to go to the part that's lifted a little bit. I hope I'm not making this too confusing with doing this upside down. But sadly, with me being a puller, everything is upside down. Even when I draw upside down. So pull that out a little bit. Probably went too far. That's okay because it can be fixed. And this could be like if you had like a soft brown dress or like a vanilla type colored dress, something like that. But vanilla, you could also use the 50s, like 51 or 50, 51, 53, those kind of colors, like the blonde hair colors. So now I'm using W1. I'm just going to Pull these out, blend it down a little bit. But again, the W's are just like the C's, where if you need that very next color, then that's more than fine. But I think my W's might need a little bit of help with being refilled. Let's see what it does with the W2. Because I actually use my W's quite a bit for a lot of different things. Like W is actually really good for like gray-haired beards and stuff. So I have a feeling they left my back door open and my dogs are going crazy. Nope, they're home. So you guys get to hear the screamer. So sorry. Let me go shut my door. Hang on. You guys, stop it. Oh my gosh. I am so sorry, you guys. You had to listen to all those screamers. They are insane. I'm just glad they didn't do that while they were up here. So, and just bring that around. You can kind of curve it a little bit. So you can really tell the difference with this. And I'm doing it kind of fast, otherwise it would look a little bit better. So that was the two. So this is an original that I've changed the nib out on so that I can still kind of use it. I mean, it's not as good as the super brush for the nib, but at least it still works. And this W dress is not coming out very well. I'm so sorry. At least it didn't come out like the last one that I did. So, but you get how it's supposed to work. And sometimes it takes a little bit to blend it out and color it. But I like this one too because this works, the W's work a lot for like sepia as well. So it looked a little better after blending. So I'm going to go back in with my W3 and kind of put those dark lines back in there, because then it'll help everything look a little bit better than what I just destroyed. You can kind of just put the shadows off to the sides, because you know her arms are going to be covering it, or the way the light's going to be. So, but go on Pinterest and Google dresses. Prom dresses are fantastic for these kind of dresses. So there's a lot more practice sheets that I put in there for you. So we have the W's, we have the C's. You learned about flowers today. I put some more in there over the next few days, or the next few live videos. We're going to be doing jeans, and we're going to be doing t-shirts and their wrinkles. We'll go over the aprons. We'll go over translucents. We'll go through all of that. And if you guys, seriously, if there's anything else that you guys like, I don't have any animals up yet because I've just kind of been going slowly so I don't overwhelm anybody. But if there's something you really need help with or something you really want to do, then let me know and I will fit it into the schedule. So, because I just want to make sure that you guys are getting all the help that you need, all the help that you want. Okay? So if there's anything that I can help with, please let me know and I will be sure to fit it in. I think for the clothes, I know I don't have a whole lot of documents in the clothes right now, but I think for clothes it's easier for me to do a video than it is to write it out and try to explain it. So if you know, certain kind of clothing, certain images, whatever you need me to do, then we will do it. Just let me know. Like, we will go over shoes as well. So if there's any shoes you're having a problem with or any shoes you want me to go over, let me know. Okay? So I will see you guys on Tuesday. I believe we are doing, I believe we're doing African American skin on Tuesday. Let me check really fast. And Meadow does not have Facebook on here. I actually gave this tablet to Meadow to do her schoolwork on because her tablet is a little bit wonky. So let me go in here. I want to make sure that what we're doing is what I said. Oh, I'm glad you had fun, Stephanie. So yes, Tuesday, 3 o'clock, it's going to be African American skin. Rubbernecker Stamps has given me images to use because they have some great images to really get those shadows in there for African American skin. And we will be going, I will show you on a Marci as well, because I know a lot of you guys are La La Land Crafts fans. So I will be showing you on a Marci as well as some Rubbernecker Stamps images. So I will see you guys later. I hope you had a good day. I hope you had fun, and I will schedule in some more clothing so that, you know, if you guys want to just tell me what, you know, jeans, shirts, shoes, whatever you want to go over, let me know. Okay? See you guys later. Bye.